Hello students, welcome to our class and start our learning with Let's Learn. And today we will start our new topic, chapter number 13, Carbon, an important element. So, dear students, can you recall and try this? This portion is reduced from our syllabus for this year. So let's start from this heading. Carbon. What is a carbon? Carbon is an element. The element carbon is available abundantly in nature and occur in a free as well as in the combined state. Yes, carbon is an element, and here the introduction of carbon. What is the symbol of carbon, student? 6. Yes, you have studied in your last standard, that is in a 8th standard. So the symbol of carbon atom is C, capital C. The atomic number is 6. Atomic number means the number of electrons or number of protons in an atom is the atomic number of that particular atom. So in a carbon atom, the number of electrons or number of proton is 6. Okay, so atomic number of carbon is 6. Then atomic mass is 12. Electronic configuration 2 4. That means in a first shell, the limit of first shell is 2 electrons, maximum 2 electrons, and in a second shell the remaining 4 electrons are there. So 2 4, this is the electronic configuration of carbon. Then valency. So in a outermost shell there are 4 electrons. In outermost shell there are 4 electrons. So the valency of the carbon is 4. Here student, what is the valency? So valency is a combining capacity of any atom. Combining capacity means, just see here, if any atom, let see the oxygen. The number of electrons, that means atomic number of oxygen is 8. So the electronic configuration of oxygen 2, that means 2 electrons in first shell, then remaining 6 electrons in a second shell. So combining capacity of oxygen is 2. Why? Because in a second shell there are 6 electrons. So to complete its octet, the requirement of oxygen atom is 2. So that's why the valency of oxygen is 2. Let's take one example again. Sodium atom. Sodium, Na. So sodium, the atomic number of sodium 11. Yes. So electronic configuration of the sodium 2. The maximum electrons in second shell, that is 8, and remaining 1 electron in third shell. So here the combining capacity of sodium atom is 1. So 1 is a valency of sodium. Clear? So the valency of carbon atom is 4. And the carbon show the non-metallic elements. Okay, there are some metallic elements and non-metallic elements in our periodic table. So from there the carbon show the non-metallic element, non-metallic property. Clear? So move ahead. The element carbon is available abundantly in the nature and occur in a free state as well as in a combined state. Combined state means in form of compound. For example, CO2. CO2, this is a compound, and carbon is a one element of that compound. Then methane, CH4. What is the formula of methane? CH4. So here carbon is also available. So carbon occurs in a free as well as in a combined state. Clear? Then make a list of all the substance or objects that you use in a daily life from morning till night and divide those substance into the column in the following table. Here one table is given. The first column is metallic objects. The material, the substance or the objects that you use in your daily life and that are metallic objects. So list here the earthen object or glass objects. You can write the name of that objects in this column. And the third, other objects or substances you have to write in this column. Clear? Then again, now look at the list of the objects in the last column. It contains foodstuff, clothes, medicines, fuel, wooden objects, etc. Carbon is the common and important constituent of all these substances. So all these substances that are in the third column, they are the carbon is the most common element. Carbon is the most common and important constituent element. Clear? So next, can you recall this part is reduced? So just jump here. Occurrence of the carbon. The name carbon is derived from the Latin word carbo, and carbo meaning coal. Carbon is found in nature in a free as well as a compound state. Carbon in the free state is found as diamond and graphite, and in the combined state in the following compounds like carbon dioxide. What is the formula of molecular formula of carbon dioxide? CO2. CO2 is the molecular formula of carbon dioxide. So here two elements, carbon as well as oxygen. So carbon is there in the carbon dioxide. Then calcium carbonate, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Then marble, then calamine. Here the formula of calamine is given ZnCO3. So here one carbon atom, ZnCO3. In ZnCO3 carbon is there. Clear? Then next, fossil fuel. So in a fossil fuel there are coal, petroleum, natural gases, then carbonaceous nutrients. That means the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, etc. The natural fibers, they're cotton, wool, silk. So in these example, in these compounds, the carbon is occur. Clear, students? So here the carbon in a free state, carbon in a free state found in diamond as well as graphite, and in a compound state here some compounds are given where carbon is a constituent elements. Example, carbon dioxide, calcium carbonate, marble, calamine. Then fossil fuels, then nutrients, carbonaceous nutrients, then natural fibers, etc. Clear? Then one thing, student, this chapter is theoretical, so you have to write down these notes in your notebook and also learn. So occurrence of the carbon. Okay, your heading was the occurrence of carbon, and write down the important notes. The next is a property of the carbon. Yes. First, allotropic nature of carbon. What is the allotrope? Allotropic nature means the allotropy, some elements occur in nature in more than one form. That means carbon occur in nature in more than one form. How? The chemical property of these different form are the same, but the physical property are different, and that different form, the chemical properties are same, but the physical property means the color or melting point, boiling point, density, etc. Okay, so these physical properties are different. This property of the element is called the allotropy. Clear? Allotropy means the elements that are the elements found in a different form, and there the physical property in that form, the physical property of that compounds or that substance are different, but chemical property remains same. So these property is called the allotropy. Like a carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, these atoms exhibit the allotrophy property. So one question is here, name the atoms that exhibit the allotrophy property, or that exhibit the allotrophy. So your answer will be carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. Clear? Then next, we have to study in this chapter the allotropes of carbon. Allotropes of carbon. First, crystalline form. There, the first heading is a crystalline form. That means the allotropes of carbon, they are available in crystalline form. So there the examples are diamond, graphite, and the third one is a fullerenes. Okay, so just see the diamond. So in this chapter we have to study about the diamond, the structure of the diamond and the property of diamond. Clear? So here, what is the heading? Allotropes of carbon. And the carbon allotropes, they are found in a two form. First one is a crystalline form. And the examples, diamond, graphite, fullerenes. So first, diamond. Diamond are found in India, mainly in a Govalkonda, that is in a Karnataka, and the Panna, Madhya Pradesh. Diamonds are also found in South Africa, Brazil, Belgium, Russia, and America. Okay, so you have to write down these notes in your notebook where the diamond is occur. Okay, so diamond are found in India. Mainly Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. In Karnataka, Govalkonda, and in Madhya Pradesh or MP, in Panna. Okay, and diamonds are also found in South Africa, Brazil, Belgium, Russia, and America. These countries. Clear? Then, see the structure of diamond. So, just observe, this is the structure of diamond. So, in a structure of diamond, carbon. Carbon is a constituent elements of the diamond. Clear? And the valency of the carbon is 4. That means the carbon atom requires 4 electrons. To stable. Okay. So here, what is the structure of the diamond? In a diamond, every carbon atom is bonded to 4 neighboring atom. Every carbon atom bonded to 4 neighboring atom and by the covalent bond. Therefore, diamond has a tetragonal 3-dimensional structure which makes it very hard. So, what is a covalent bond? Covalent bond means sharing. If one atom share their electrons with other atom, then they form the covalent bond. Clear? So here, again I repeat it. What is the structure of diamond? In a diamond, every carbon atom, here the valency of the carbon is 4. That means in the outermost shell of the carbon, there are 4 electrons. So every carbon atom bonded with other 4 carbon atom. Again this carbon atom bonded with other 4 carbon atom. That means 1, 2, 3 and 4. Every carbon atom bonded with the 4 other carbon atom and form the tetragonal 3-dimensional structure. That's okay, and that's why the diamond is very hard. The next is properties of diamond. So all these properties we will study in this chapter. The property of all the crystalline form of carbon. Crystalline form, there are 3 form: diamond, graphite and fullerenes. So we have to learn all the properties of diamond, graphite and fullerenes also. Clear? Then see here the properties of the diamond. So brilliant and pure diamond is the hardest natural. So write down first property. Hardest. Okay, it is the hardest structure. Diamond structure is very hard. Then density of diamond is 3.5 gram per centimeter cube. The melting point of diamond is 3500 degree, because the structure of diamond is very hard. So that's why the melting point of diamond is very high. Clear? The next one is when a diamond is heated up, when diamond is heated at 800 degrees centigrade in a presence of oxygen, CO2, that means carbon dioxide, is given away. When diamond is heated up to high temperature, up to 800 degrees centigrade, in a presence of air, in a presence of oxygen, then carbon dioxide is given away. In this process, no other product beside the carbon dioxide is formed. Okay, then diamond does not dissolve in any solvent. Diamond does not dissolve in any solvent. Acid or base have no effect on diamond. Yes, acid and bases have no effect on diamond. And then last one is a diamond is a bad conductor of electricity. You know what is necessary for electricity? The electricity, if in any atom there are a free electron, if there are any free electron, that means because of the motion of electrons, the electric charge move, electric current move. Okay, but in the structure of the diamond, all the carbon atoms bonded with the other four atoms, that means they are stable. Okay, every carbon atom stables. So that's why the graphite is a bad conductor of electricity and diamond is a bad conductor of electricity, and it does not have free electrons. Why? Because every carbon atom bonded with other four carbon atom with a covalent bond. Clear? That means no single electrons is free in this case. Clear? Then next one is a uses. You know very well what is the use of the diamonds. So diamond is useful to make the ornaments. Okay, understood, girls? Diamonds are used in glass cutting, rock drilling machine. Diamonds are used in ornaments. Diamond knives are used in the eye surgery also. Diamond dust is used for polishing other diamond. Diamond is used to make a window giving protection from the radiation in space and in artificial satellite. So these are the information of diamond. Again I repeat it. Allotropes, we have studied allotropes of carbon. In number 1, crystalline form. The first form is crystalline form, and in a crystalline form we have studied the diamond. What is the property of diamond? What is the structure of diamond? Then uses of diamond. Clear? Then in our next lecture we'll study about the graphite, the next form of carbon, next crystalline form of carbon, that is graphite. Okay, so till the time, goodbye. Thank you very much.